Greetings and welcome to CJ243, International and Domestic Terrorism. I am Professor Barton. I will be your instructor for the semester for this topic. This is a navigation video designed to show you all the different tricks and gadgets on D2L, what you're going to need to find, look at, view, watch, etc., to be successful in this class. Everybody should start with the course homepage. I have a little introduction here, a little welcome, and it does have some of my expectations in there. Please make sure you are reading through that. I have also placed on here my contact information, my email, my office telephone, my office location, and my office hours for our class. The best method to get in touch with me is through the email, acbarton@hack.edu. I will not be on campus over the summer, so if you try to go to my office to see me, you're probably just going to come up against a closed door. And if you call on my office phone, since I'm not there, I will not be able to answer it. But I check my email multiple times every single day. If there is something you need to get in touch with me for, please shoot me an email. If it's an emergency, put 911 and then CJ243 in the subject line, so I know I need to get back to you immediately. If you need to meet with me outside of any regular class hours, even though we don't have technically class hours, but if we need to meet for advising, for something about the class, my office hours are Mondays from 5 to 6 p.m. You do need to make an appointment, and it'll be done through Zoom. What you need to do is make the appointment using the Navigate system on your Hack profile. That way, if you make that appointment, I can guarantee that I'm available for you to meet with you, and we can discuss whatever it is that you need to discuss. You scroll down a little further, there's actually a content browser section, and you would hit the start here. And what it's going to do is take you to the content page where I have each week separated into a module. I do have an overview that I would like you to read. Again, it kind of helps you with the navigation and the expectations. There is nothing in the bookmarks or course schedule. The course schedule can be found on the syllabus, which I'll show you in a minute. If you click on table of contents, again, it will show you everything that we have for each module. What you will need to do is click on the Start Here module. It'll have a greeting along with what can be found in the module. And then it has the various links. You can see that it will tell you how much of the module is complete, meaning that every time you click on one and go through it, it'll start to move the module being 100% complete. I have a little introduction about myself that I'd like you to read. The video that we're doing right now will be placed on course navigation. The course expectations is a document identifying what I expect from you from the course to be successful and to pass the class. One of the most important documents, if not the most important document, is the syllabus. And we'll go over that a little bit later here. But the information is about the course is on the syllabus. Very important you read that and you know it. And to emphasize how important the syllabus is, I gave a little bonus quiz, and it's on the syllabus. So read the syllabus and then do the quiz. There are also links here for academic resources. If you need tutoring, access to the library, student services, assistance with D2L. There's also D2L and technology help, including our help desk. If there's any issues, technically speaking, that's who you need to reach out to. I probably wouldn't be able to help you very much if you contacted me, and I would probably go ahead and just refer you to them anyway, because they're the experts. To take the quizzes in each module, you would just simply click on the quiz. You notice I had the word due in front of this. That means this is an assignment that you have to do. Now, obviously, this is a bonus, so that's not a required quiz to take, but it is some extra points towards your final grade. I don't know why you wouldn't want to take it, but if you don't, that's your choice. I'm not going to go through each module. I'm just going to demonstrate the week 1 module because each one is similar in content. Each module will start out with identifying which chapters are being discussed from the textbook, the topics, and the learning outcomes that hopefully once you complete this module, you'll be able to accomplish in regards to the topic. I also have listed all the activities for the module. So for example, with week 1, which goes from May 23rd, 2022 to May 29th, 2022, with chapters 1 and 2, you have 2 quizzes on chapters 1 and 2 respectively, 1 quiz for each chapter. You have 2 discussion posts related to the material in 1 and 2, and of course the bonus quiz on the syllabus. If you go down through the content of the module, you'll see where it says read. In addition to reading the chapters in the textbook, these are textbook PowerPoints that come from the publisher. They're a good study guide. I also have my own lecture PowerPoints that I would hope you read and use for studying. And then I have a video. I do a lecture video for each chapter, and you can see what it covers. So when it says watch, that means it's a video. This will be chapter 1. The topic is definitions of terror. And I also have just an audio only section as well. This is the same lecture, it's audio, if you decide you just want to listen to it. I do have other videos attached to each module. The first one here is on modern warfare. I would like you to watch that one. And once you have done all of these, then you have your first quiz and your first discussion post. We'll go over the quizzes and discussion posts and the expectations in a little bit. Once you complete that, you move on to the next chapter and go through the same process. Each module will have similar type activities that need to be completed to successfully pass the class. The only difference is on week 6. With week 6, there's also the link to the final exam. The final exam covers all of the chapters. There will be several questions from each chapter that'll be on the final exam. All of the exams are true, false, or multiple choice. The discussion posts, I have a grading rubric on the syllabus that we'll go over in a minute. There are due dates for each of these, so please pay attention to the calendar and the schedule that is found on the syllabus for when everything is due. With discussions, there are a total of 12 that are mandatory, 1 for each of the chapters. And I have a bonus discussion post. This bonus discussion post covers a specific video in the one module It is an optional discussion post. There are 12 mandatory quizzes, a bonus quiz in the syllabus, and the final exam. These quizzes are timed. You have, I want to say, an hour or 75 minutes. I believe it's an hour to take each quiz. There's about 20 or 25 questions on them. So you have plenty of time to do the quizzes in the final exam. I do not have a problem if you refer to your notes while taking the quizzes or the final exam. There will be a link for you to be able to monitor your grades and keep track of how you're doing. The quizzes and the final exam are graded by the computer. As soon as you finish the quiz or the final exam, it is graded and you'll see what you got. The discussion posts are graded by me, and I will read the discussion posts and I will grade them based upon the grading rubric that's found in the syllabus. There are no assignments which require a Dropbox, so you can disregard that link. You can email me or even your classmates through this link. And there is a link for resources, which again can help you out in a lot of different ways to be successful in this class. I suggest you check this out on your own time so you can see what all the features are there. I would like to go over the syllabus quickly with you. Please feel free to download this so you have it at all time. You can print it out, whatever you might want to do. Just do not change anything in it. This is the original syllabus. So again, my name is Professor Adam Barton. I'm a full-time faculty member here at HAC. I've been here since 2008, and my background is in law enforcement. Our class will run from May 23rd to June 30th for the summer of 2022. I also have my email on here again that you can just click on that and it should take you to send an email. This course is 100% online. I'll let you read your course description and learning outcomes on your own. One important piece of information here I do want you to know is the textbook. It is required. Title of the textbook is Terrorism and Homeland Security, 10th edition by Jonathan White. And this is from Cengage. It is available through the college bookstore. You can also get it any other way you can. You want to get it through another source like such as Amazon, please feel free. The other thing is, if you haven't already gotten the book, you can get the 9th edition and it'll work just fine as well. There's very little changes and it's not going to affect the material for this class. I've used the 9th edition up to and including the spring 2022 semester. So there's not a lot of changes. If you can get the 9th edition, it'll work just fine. I did put some information on here about D2L and what you need to have for your computers. The evaluation of the course is simple. Your final grade is a combination of the quizzes, the discussion posts, and the final exam. And I grade on the 90-80 scale. So if you want an A, get a 90.0 or higher, and you'll get an A. Test makeup policy is simple. There are no makeups. You have about a week to do each. That's plenty of time if you don't procrastinate. I recommend scheduling out some time in your schedule each day or every couple days where you have no interruptions. You can sit and just work on your schoolwork. So you have plenty of time to do everything. Something to keep in mind with the quizzes and final exam is Once you start it, it cannot be stopped. It cannot be paused. The timer is running. Please make sure that you have plenty of time to complete those assignments. The I-grade policy, again, I'll let you read that on your own, but basically it comes down to this. Something happens in your private life that might prevent you from being able to finish this course on time. Don't just drop out. Don't just disappear. Please contact me and we'll see what we can do to help you get through the class. Another big topic is academic dishonesty. I do not tolerate it in any way, shape, or form. If anybody engages in academic dishonesty, cheating of any type, they are dropped with an F, and I report them to the college disciplinary committee. This is criminal justice. We need honest folks. If there are any complaints about the class, about me, talk to me, reach out to me, shoot me an email. If we need to talk over Zoom or the phone or whatever, we can do that. Hopefully we can take care of any problems. I highly recommend that's the way you should be with all your classes. You're all adults now, and this is college. If there's an issue with an instructor, with course material, reach out to the instructor, especially in criminal justice. You can't be afraid to reach out and discuss issues and be afraid to talk to somebody. However, if for some reason we can't resolve the problem, or if you just absolutely do not feel comfortable discussing it with me, the next person that you would contact would be Associate Dean Marjorie Mattis, and I've included her email here as well. But again, hopefully we can work it out ourselves. Class demeanor is pretty important with the discussion posts. I do not require you to reply to your classmates' posts. It's encouraged, and you may if you want to. The only thing I ask is be completely respectful. People have differing opinions, and that's great. That's what life is all about. Just be respectful to everybody. Do not be judgmental. Be polite and courteous to one another. Students' disability, EEOC policy. I have the EEOC policy on the end of the syllabus. If there are any accommodations needed by a student, please reach out to me. Send me an email and we'll discuss it. Participation in class is important. You need to be really working on your classes or your class material. It's a very intense course. It's only 6 weeks. So make sure you're dedicating that time to take care of everything. This is the discussion post grading rubric. This is how I grade your discussion post response. I do it by word count, and you can see if you want a full 5 points on the content of it, 250 more words. If it's less than 50 words, you don't get any points for that. Also, you're graded on whether or not you use factual evidence to support your position. If you do, and it's obvious you do, it's 5 points. If you don't, it's 0 points. And of course, grammar, spelling, and punctuation is important. -1 point for each error with a maximum of -10 points. Each discussion post is worth 20 points. And this is how we come up with those numbers. I have on the syllabus a weekly schedule, the start date for each week. For example, week 1 starts on May 23rd. And it covers chapter 1 and 2, and it's module 1, which you need to complete. And you can go down through and see which material is being covered during which week. Importantly, here is the assignment schedule. These are the due dates. All discussion posts, quizzes, all have a due date. They all have a time at 11:30 p.m. on the due date. These due dates are all Sundays, so you have until 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday to complete your quizzes and your discussion posts. Plenty of time. You have about a week to do everything. Please make sure you're paying attention to that. And I advise you not to start a quiz at 11:25 p.m. Because you're not going to get it done in time. But you're on plenty of time to do your work. I have attached the EEOC policy for your review, along with contact information for the folks with student services at the various campuses. Because this is a virtual class, you would need to reach out to Carol Kerper. I've also included some dates for our summer term that are important. And you can review them on your own as well. As I mentioned, your first quiz is on the syllabus. I recall, I believe it's 10 questions, 10 or 15 questions. Please make sure if you want those bonus points to do that. This is basically our course. Always start with the start here. Make sure you cover all the information and move on to the modules. Each module does have a start date. You cannot start the week 2 module until the week 1 is completed. And when I say completed, not just the work, also the time frame. Module 2 will not become active until May 29th at 12:01 a.m. There's a reason why I do this. I know some students like to work ahead, try to get through the class quickly. That's not the best way to actually learn. You're not really learning, you're just going through the motions. I want you to learn this material because it's important material. So each module has a certain start time. Once it's started, it does not end until the 30th. Going back to the course home, the calendar will start to show up when each module is activated, and it'll show the different assignments and their due dates. This concludes the navigation video for our CJ243 International Domestic Terrorism class. If at any time you have any questions, any concerns, please email me. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll be seeing you in the class.